Fellas, in this video, I want to share with you 5 signs you're actually becoming a man. Look, man, just because you 18, 21, got some hair on your balls, don't make you a man just because you go to work every day. I remember when I was like 25, living in Minnesota, I call this my floundering phase. And I would ask myself at times, what does it mean to like be a man or feel like a man? Not to just be a man, but actually feel it and embody it. What does this shit even look like? I remember asking myself that question. And now at 41, almost 42, I can compile a list to share with you. And I hope that this helps you. And let's just fuck all that. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right. Now, the first sign that you are actually becoming a man is that you are aware of emotions. OK, now, before you click off the video, what I'm talking about is not that you're just aware that you're sad, aware that you're happy. You are aware of like your emotional state and the emotional state of other people around you. Okay, so myself, man, I used to not be aware of this. You know, like when something would trigger me, something would get me off my square, I would just go from, whatever that person said to me to like the reaction. This happened a lot in my relationship where I was defensive, having to over-explain myself. And I wasn't aware of like my emotional state. I didn't know how to regulate myself. I didn't know how to get myself back to zero. That's what I mean by being aware of your emotions. Learning to regulate yourself when you're getting triggered. Being aware of people around you and how their emotional state is. You might be at work one day and see your coworker. And you might be like, hey, how you doing today? And they don't say nothing back to you, right? And you might be aware like, damn, they might have something on their mind. Or you might be like, damn, they disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get into that a little bit later too, how to handle disrespect or perceived disrespect. But that's what I mean. People might be in their own mood. They might have their own shit going on, okay? So it's very important to not take everything so personally and to really work on your emotional intelligence, which will allow you to be more aware of your emotional state at any given time. This gives you more control over your responses to life, okay? This takes you off of autopilot, if that makes sense, okay? Now, the second sign that you are actually becoming a man is that you apologize when you mess up, okay? So the other week, man, my son was playing this game that I bought him. Like, it's like this parkour game that he loves right now. And the first day, he was learning all the buttons. He was excited. He was having fun, man. He was figuring out something new. I was proud of him. I tell him that, man, I'm very proud of you learning how to do different things. Then the second day, he started getting frustrated at times when like he was doing certain button shit and it wasn't responding, right? He maybe, you're not hitting it properly. Oh man, this ain't acting, getting mad at the game. And to the point where he was getting himself like frustrated and crying. And for some reason, man, I don't know if it's just my conditioning. When I hear crying like that, it hits me in a way where I'm like, it hits me in my man way of like, there's no need to be crying about it. The crying is not going to change anything. And I say this to my son. I'm like, hey, man, I get it, man. Like, just keep working at it. You're going to figure it out. When he's getting all frustrated and pouty, I'd be like, just keep working at it, man. You're going to figure it out. The crying isn't going to change anything. And it's a fine line that I have to walk because I don't want to suppress his emotions. I don't want to teach him to shut himself down. We're in 2026 now. So I try to be mindful of like, all right, I'm not trying to shut him down, but I want to let him know, like, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get to the other side of it. Okay. And at this point, man, I told him like 3 or 4 times, like, hey, man, if you're getting frustrated, I'm going to have to turn the game off so that you can take a moment to step away, man. Take a break from it. You'll come back sharper to it. No, I don't want to, like, getting frustrated and shit. Once he kept getting frustrated and got to like the 4th time where I was like, bro, just relax. And I was like, man, just turn the game off. Just turn it off. And he got up. He was all pouty. He slammed the game off. And he had his little moment. And he said something to me where he's like, man, don't yell at me. And I was like, hey. And I snapped at him like, man, Jace, don't tell me how to speak in my house. Okay, this is what I said. And it was like that flashback of how I grew up, how my parents speak to me, and etc. So in that moment, I had to go back to my son and own my shit. Okay, I had to own, hey, man, I apologize for raising my voice to you, all right? I was getting a little frustrated when I kept hearing you crying over the game, man, and I thought it'd be best if you just take a break from the game and come back to it fresh, okay? I probably could have said it to you a different way. I had to own my shit. I had to own how I presented myself in that moment to my son. That's what I'm talking about when I say apologize for when you mess up. With your kids, your partner, coworkers, anybody. When you're becoming a man, you don't have a problem owning your shit, okay? That's what a man does. You get out of that little boy mode where you're blaming everybody. And, you know, I could have got into a back and forth with my son. That's what a little boy would have done. Oh, man, don't be talking to me this way. Who are you to like, and just escalating and stepping out of integrity. Now, the third sign that you're actually becoming a man is that you know how to say no. And I don't mean know how to just say no to people. That's part of it. You know how to tell yourself no. Okay. You know how to say, man, I can't eat that bullshit today. You know how to say, I can't stay up late tonight. I got to go to bed at a decent hour because I have to get up and go to work. For example, I went and played in a poker tournament a couple nights ago, actually, because I was kid free. Right. And I've been planning on doing this on my off weekend where I don't have my kid. And I wanted to go play a Texas Hold'em tournament. I used to play quite a bit. I don't play as much now. I've grown up and I make more grown man decisions and, you know, be more responsible with my money and stuff like that. But I was like, man, I want to treat myself. I want to go play this. I want to go play this tournament. And for a few weeks, I had to tell myself, no, you can't go this week, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the tournament was like, this is a 10 o'clock tournament, bro, that I was going to play. It's already late at night. I'm somebody who doesn't stay up that late. And it was like a treat for myself, right? But I had to make sure the pieces was in alignment, right? I had to make sure, all right, am I rested? Because I had to drive an hour and 5 minutes to get to the place too. So I'm like, all right, make sure I'm rested, make sure money is right, put myself in a position where I can actually say yes to myself, all right? And what I mean by, when I know that this tip is about how to say no, I had to tell myself no, like, you can't go this week, bro. It doesn't align with your finances. It doesn't align with your mental sharpness of making that drive. So don't go this week. And then it came where a couple days ago, I was like, this is an alignment. I can go. I can go have some fun. I can treat myself. So it's important to learn how to tell yourself no sometimes. It doesn't mean that you're telling yourself no forever, but it just means that, all right, I can't do this tonight, but there will be a night that I can do this. All right. For the fourth sign that you're actually becoming a man is that you learn to handle disrespect. Okay. You get to a point in your life where you realize not everything is disrespect and that sometimes you're perceiving it as disrespect. Okay. You could be driving down the road and someone's trying to merge in front of you. You let them merge in and they don't give you the wave. Okay. And you're like, man, you motherfucker, I didn't let you merge in here and you can't give me the wave. You're taking that as disrespect. And you might even blow it up. You might even tailgate them, not tailgate them. You might even get on their tail and do weird shit like that or drive past them and shoot them the bird or whatever. I've done that shit in my younger years as a very immature person. But you get to a point, I was thinking about this one time. You ever be driving and somebody may have cut you off or you tried to let somebody merge, they didn't give you the bird, they didn't give you the wave, and you pull up beside them and you are compelled to look over at them. You ever notice that? It's like you have to like look at them and give them some sense of an acknowledgement that, yo, I don't like what you just did, motherfucker. Imagine getting to a point where you didn't have to look. Yeah, you tried to let them merge in front of you. They didn't give you a wave. You drive up beside them. You just keep driving. You ain't even got to look. It is what it is. Imagine getting to that point where you don't have to interpret everything as disrespect. Okay? A lot of this disrespect shit, yeah, it's valid. Yes, it happens. It's legit. But some of it comes from the stories that we tell ourselves in our head, man. Sometimes we're blowing that shit out of proportion, all right? Somebody looked at you a certain way when you're in the gym and you taking it as disrespect. I grew up in this era too, man, like where you don't stare at somebody for too long. If you're staring, you got a problem. It needs to be addressed. Even it could be at your workplace where somebody might have asked something of you a certain way. You know, hey, Bryce, can you do this for me? And it's like how their tone is, I might take it as disrespect. So a clear sign to know that you're actually becoming a man is that you're able to interpret things a certain way. You're able to look a little bit deeper and not take everything so personally, okay? It's not always personal, but sometimes we tend to make it personally starting up here in our head. And it's learning how to get right with the stories we tell ourselves. So now we're not going through life thinking everybody is coming at us. If you're getting any value out of this video, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this, all right? Now for this last sign that you are actually becoming a man, you learn to keep your word, okay? You do what the fuck you say you're going to do. If you tell somebody you're going to show up to help them move, you show up. You don't make excuses. You don't flake on people. You don't ghost on people. And if you can't do it, you let the person know, hey, I know I committed to this, but I had something come up and I'm not able to follow through with that. Or, another example might be like, say you're going on a date with a woman and you might not be feeling her completely and you want to get out of it. You don't just disappear. You don't just, not give the person a reason as to why you don't want to go on it. You reach out and you say, hey, something came up. I feel like maybe we're not, in alignment. And, I don't know if this date would be the best idea, but I do wish you well on your journey. Okay. You follow through. Your word is your everything as a man. That's your integrity, bro. People want to be able to count on you and rely on you. And if you're flaky and if you don't, and you have no follow through game, people don't respect that. Okay. That's little boy shit. Okay. So do what you say that you're going to do. All right. So that's all I got for you in this video. If you're already doing this, great. Keep going. But if some of these things on this list hit you in a certain way where you're like, damn, I do that. I need to work on that. I need to learn how to follow through, keep my word, all those things, then start working on that. And if you need help doing that, book a one-on-one coaching call with me. Okay. The link is in the description. I help men with self-mastery and learn how to take control of yourself a bit better so that you can navigate life. All right. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this video right here on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this one as well. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.